And so, I mean, it's great when you have that kind of response.
Yeah.
That people really do connect with you as a performer. And what has that been like?
It's been great. Over the last, I've been performing now for almost 10 years, so it's been a long time. You know, I've seen a lot of performers, met a lot of great people, but I just really think if you keep great connections and you just really love what you do, and I do, then, you know, everything else comes very naturally after that, especially if you have a talent for it.
Right. Now, will we be seeing you on, let's say, like, shows?
Shows?
Any in particular?
Any in particular shows? You might
Pageants.
see pageants. No, I don't really do pageants. Just in the area. I'm more of a performance artist. So I'll do everything from, you know, just lip singing to actual choreography to performance art. So pageants, not so much. I dabble in them sometimes, but the politics are just too heavy, and they're not really just enjoying for most people. I think once they get more enjoyable and there's more of a reward, more people will do them.
Right. Would you ever do like a reality show?
I would. I say that all the time. When, you know, certain things, you know, when you're a drag performer, so many different things happen. I just think to myself, you know, this needs to be on TV. You know, I see things on reality TV, and I'm just like, what, why? You know.
Would you do something like Drag Race?
Drag Race? You know what? I would. But those girls, I mean, a lot of them are super, super talented, and they have access to a lot of things, you know. I'm more in the moment type of performer, so, but I mean, I would love to do anything involved with, like that with TV and music, and I actually just finished a song with my producer, Zach, D. Carlos, and it's really good, and we're gonna do a video and YouTube it, and, you know.
Awesome.
I'll reach the fans.
So how can people check you out?
They can check me out at Facebook at Tiayonia Gotti. It's Tiayonia.
Yes. And of course, Tiayonia, for many of you that watch, has been on YouTube. The highlights from the talent shows have been on there, and we've been getting lots of responses. It's been incredible, it really has. We've gotten a lot of people that have watched those and commented on those all over the world. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of, one has over 6,000 hits, and sometimes people email me and say really nice things, and some people have, you know, critiques, but that's the world we live in now. So,
yeah, that's showbiz. You know. You're always going to have the haters.
Yeah, showbiz.
Or the critics, yes. We know them well.
Yes, we do.
But I was also going to ask, have you heard of the Trevor Project?
You know what, I have in the past, because I've done obviously a lot of things with nonprofits in the area and raised money with drag showcases that we used to do at Pegasus to raise a lot of money for all types of organizations, so I have heard of it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was, you know, I'm always like really busy, and I'm like, oh, how am I gonna, you know, keep my show on the air, because it's work.
Yeah.
It's to be able to keep a show, keep producing it, and whenever I was hearing about all these terrible stories about LGBT teens and stuff that was happening, suicides, I was like, I really want to do something, and anything to help the situation. And even if it's something really little, I would encourage all of you out there to find out, get involved, and that's when I started to learn and read more about the Trevor Project. So please, you know, their website, thetrevorproject.org, tells you everything you need to know. But I think we really need to all like get together and do what we can. You know, let your friends know, your family, people you work with.
Pass it along.
This is just really, it's a difficult time.
It is.
You know, I try to keep everything light and fun, and you know, it's always like, on the one hand, you try to be positive, but then you know there's this negativity going on around, and you have to address it, whether we want to or not. We do have these problems going on, and so we want to try to do what we can to help others, and so definitely check that out. What would you say Pride means to you?
What does Pride mean to me? Pride means to me just, you know, loving who you are and loving your family, your friends, your community, and, you know, just putting out good karma, because, you know, you will get it back, and also, you know, you're doing a part of standing up for who you are and, you know, showcasing the world that, you know, yes, we are here, we are gay, we're not going anywhere, and, you know, be loud and proud. I mean, you have to be proud in who you are, you know, because you really can't change it.
Yeah, and you know, every time I watch Madonna, because I have her Sticky and Sweet DVD, I think of you.
That's a good one. Well, thank you. That's a huge compliment.
And what do you, speaking of Britney, since you performed one of her songs, what do you think of her new album?
I love it. You know, I was kind of skeptical at first because, you know, actually I saw her when she came to Pittsburgh last summer and had really good seats for that, or the summer before actually, and it's really good. It's dancey, it's really consistent. I was really shocked by it, but just the vibe. She's definitely, you could tell she goes in the studio and she puts in work. So.
Right. And I also got to say, I really like Lady Gaga as well, and I know we were talking about that because, I mean, I have an appreciation for that kind of artistic expression. You know, many of you know I've done many wacky shows myself, and so I can appreciate that. What do you think of her look and just everything that she's been doing?
Oh gosh, I've seen her live 3 times now, and you know, before she came out, I was just like, I'd watched these YouTube videos, and I thought I was a drag queen at first. I was like, oh my god, she is so cute. You know, she's a little younger than me, but I was just like, wow, you know, this is amazing. Someone who sings and dances and who's really kind of a performance artist, also at the same time expresses themselves very upfront and up close and personal to her fans, and I just think she's doing a great job. And you know, obviously I've seen her 3 times, but you know, I think she's pushing a lot of boundaries and getting people to think a little bit more.
Yeah,
so
I think that's great.
I think there's big things in store for her.
Yeah, and Simon Cowell from American Idol was saying that he's looking for the new Lady Gaga, or even, you know, Boy Gaga, you know, so that just goes to show that that's what's in, you know, this being offbeat, the unusual.
Yeah.
That seems to be what is like current.
It's an exciting time, and you know, it does get better, and you know, you can, you know, do big things in your life if you have a passion for it, and you know, just go for it.
Do you have anything special planned for this year's Pride?
This year's Pride, oh gosh. You know, I was thinking of doing a couple events, some performances, getting out there, reaching out to a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, some younger and older fan bases, maybe doing some you know, videos, things like that, and just collaborating with friends and artists. So I think that's the new wave of Pittsburgh in the LGBT community is collaboration. So
great. And what did you think overall of last year's Pride?
It was amazing. I was just shell-shocked because I remember years ago when I would go to Pride, you know, before we had Pride events downtown, and that compared to what it is now is just mind-blowing. It just really makes me happy, especially being from here, that, you know, we have a Pride so big. People come from all over, so it's really exciting.
Great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And speaking of last year's Pride, we'll be right back after we watch some highlights of Pride last year.